And we're finally back for some more Persona 4 Golden. This time around, we are actually going to be finally tackling Yukiko's castle after much preparation.
Alright, yeah. So, again, this being the first dungeon of the game, you are advised, if it's like your first time playing through it, you're not too familiar with exactly like the monsters in the dungeon, it is advisable that you take a few days to kind of do all the preparations that we have done. So hopefully that you are better prepared. That way you can hopefully get through this dungeon without too much difficulty.
At the same time, don't be taking too long getting there because the closer you are to the deadline, the further along you are.
Possibly delaying getting your first game over.
right, correct. Because losing in battle is not the only way you can get game overs, of course.
Right.
Now, like I said, there is a way you can do a dungeon in one trip. Now, you recall the map regeneration trick I showed from a while back. You can do this, go back down one floor and then go back up the other floor again if you're trying to spawn for like items and such.
Yeah, but it's also a really good way to get some levels if you're not too confident in your chances about getting through this dungeon.
Right. Yeah. So I do buy some items here. I buy a couple of those ball lightnings and firecrackers and stuff like that. They're basically elemental items to where.
And they AOE, right?
No, they're single target.
Single target, okay. I can't remember offhand.
Right now they're single target, yeah.
Darn it.
I think there are better items you can buy later on.
Yes, I just don't remember offhand which ones they are exactly. But we'll get to that bridge when we come to it.
All right. So, I do advise you buy some items because there might be some times where, if you're in an awkward matchup, you want to be able to at least,
have some way of damaging your targets.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And return Daikon, which I believe is just pretty much another go home.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just basically another go home, but it is in a plant form.
All right, cool. So now that everybody is here, we are gonna actually get this dungeon started.
All right, so now how I'm gonna do this is, well, here's the thing. I did show up almost every single encounter, every single encounter I get into from the first time we explore Yukiko's castle. This time around, what I'm gonna be doing instead is
Don't worry, we can do
I believe I do show off every encounter, at least on the first floor again. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But what I do, however, is I cut out every battle that we've already seen before. So if there's an enemy we have not seen before or a new formation we haven't seen before, I will show that off. If I do not, for whatever reason, but if for whatever reason I run into the exact same enemies in the same formation, I'll be editing that battle out. I will, however, be showing off
anything that we basically haven't seen before.
Yeah, that does also include shuffle times as well. I will be showing off every single shuffle time, assuming I do get it.
Yeah, so because shuffle time I believe it's pretty much random. I just don't know the exact chances of you of getting shuffle time though.
I think it's just random, to be honest. However, there is something I did actually get the first quote unquote
Successful?
Sweep, yeah. There's a bonus you can get called sweep bonus, where you're able to pick up every single card that is available to you.
Barring ones that give you bad luck.
Yeah, there's that. Okay. I only don't show off the first time I get it, but I will be showing it off.
All the subsequent ones.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So we'll get into it as we go along. So I changed Chie's commands here because her default command is full assault, which means all she'll be doing is just physical attacks and nothing else.
Yeah, which is not exactly ideal. Like in this, I believe that we mentioned this before, but this is I think the first Persona game where you can fully
yes,
control your allies.
Yes, Persona 3, they actually had the allies are all AI controlled. I mean, for the most part, they will do the best. They will make the best decision possible based on their AI and what you set their AI to.
Right.
2 enemies left.
Yeah.
But in this case, if you got however, as of this game and then as of the PlayStation Portable port of Persona 3, you can actually change it immediately to direct command, so you won't have to necessarily unlock new tactics as you go along in Persona 3.
Which is nice, because then, like, since you're able to control all your allies, you can make you're able to make a lot of very better, more calculated decisions.
Yeah, you can make your own decisions pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, which is a good thing. And shuffle time.
All right, so now you know right here with shuffle time, there is a one more. You do want to try to get a one more as often as you can here, because it might lead to like another one more now. The Hierophant will change. No, I'm sorry. The Hierophant will always give you a new persona.
Yes.
Yes. Priestess will always give you a new Arcana. Hermit.
Always nice.
Hermit basically means you can avoid every enemy random encounter as long as you're on the floor, up until you engage the enemy yourself. So you can get like a free first hit if you so want.
Or if you're just low on health and really don't feel like fighting, you can avoid the enemies you can pretty much avoid the enemies.
Yeah. Or if you just don't feel like encountering them in general.
Yeah.
There's that too.
Yeah. So either way, that's also probably my personal favorite. Honestly, if I'm just in a really bad spot or just am kind of lazy and don't feel like fighting.
Yeah.
Getting that really helps me out whenever I'm going through these dungeons.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Other things to note. Temperance, I think, gives you, Temperance gives you chest keys, if I'm pretty sure.
I'll check that, give me 1 second.
Yeah, Temperance gives you, I'm pretty sure Temperance gives you chest keys. Now, another cool card that you can pick up, along the way is called Emperor, where the Emperor card will automatically level up your persona. So regardless of how much experience points your persona needs to level up, the Emperor card will always allow your persona to immediately level up.
Are you all right, Sensei?
So that's something you should always be able to get.
So Hierophant gives you Hierophant's the one that gives you a persona. Random persona card, and Priestess, it converts an unknown card into a random Arcana card.
Right, Priestess will give you a new Arcana card. Let's see what else. Magician? I saw Magician somewhere. Magician will will power up a skill that your persona has. So it will basically be like an upgrade to your skill already.
Pretty nice.
Empress will remove one undrawn card from your selection. So if there's a card that you really don't want, and the Empress card happens to be there. Now, before I get into the rest of what the cards do, I do take the moment to grind Chie up a little bit, up until at least level 6, because she learns Bufu. And at that point in the game, you don't really have a way to take advantage of an ice weakness other than Chie. So I do take the moment here to grind for a bit. I ended that off screen here.
Right. Yeah. Empress removes an unknown card, which I already went over. Emperor is an instant level up to the persona that you currently have equipped.
Yep, that's correct.
So Hierophant we already went over. The Lover's Arcana. It's you get 2 additional draws, and post-battle item drops will be lost.
Ooh, that's pretty rough.
Yukiko-san,
so Chariot increases the agility of the currently equipped persona. Justice is same thing but with strength.
Oh,
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that.
Oh my, special guests. I wonder how they'll play into all this. Things are really heating up. Okie dokie, I'm going back to hunt for my Prince Charming. Oh, where could he be? This place is huge. It's so exciting, but it makes it so hard to find him. Oh, maybe he's playing hide and seek in the fog. Ready or not, here I come. Let's go further in then, shall we?
Imagine seeing that in front of your eyes.
So weird. Huh?
I think that's the whole point.
What the hell is this?
You're not Yukiko. Who are you?
So yeah, basically when the suppressed selves are being shown, they actually
I'm Yukiko, and Yukiko
they're actually capable of pulling stuff like this, as you can see.
Don't tell me. Are you? Where's the real Yukiko?
What's with these voices? The shadows are getting agitated.
Well, I'm off again. You better be waiting with bells on, my dear prince.
Look at the way her shadow runs. With
Yep.
her arms waving in the air.
Yep.
Do you ever run like that?
Wasn't the real Yukiko.
No.
Had to be.
Oh man.
I think it was. It
Oh
must have
man.
been
I
the
can
other
only imagine how many
girl
girls actually
herself.
do run like that with their arms,
just
you
like
know,
what happened to
up like
us.
that.
But I don't
Yeah.
think she was excited for nothing.
All right, so that was,
The
I
real
believe, our first
Yukiko wants to
encounter
show
with
us something.
Yukiko's
Shadow.
Yes.
Yeah, it's her shadow.
Hard to explain.
And actually,
It seems
and actually
like she has a
interesting
strong
that
connection
we
to
get into
this
this right
castle.
now. I
This
know
is
the
a
Persona
lot more
4
dangerous
anime
than I thought.
adaptation tells a little bit more about Yukiko's background
Hey!
than what we're given in the
Again.
game.
Damn it, we told
really?
her not to run off on her
Yeah,
own.
yeah. Because Yukiko and Chie, when they first met, they were actually like friends since they were kids.
Yeah.
And obviously things changed. Things changed as they grew up. Basically how Chie's shadow came to be, that sort of thing. Same thing with Yukiko's shadow as well.
Oh, nice. So Teddy's like, wait, I hear her, but I only sense you guys in the shadows.
All right, so now there are some floors that are predetermined, like the second floor we saw earlier. There will always be that same room, that same layout, no matter what.
Nice.
Halfway through, a little over halfway through the dungeon, there will be a predetermined floor. So what you get.
And
There's
new
only
enemy,
one
the
enemy.
Trans
Go for a
Twins.
first
All right,
strike.
trans twins are weak to fire. So if you have a persona that can use fire,
You hit its weakness.
basically that double persona you can pick up early in the game is your only access to fire magic. That was something I would advise using. Or if you bought firecrackers before then, that also helps.
That's some
Yep.
thick skin.
Just
And
one
one
enemy
enemy
left.
left. Attack!
Okay, now I did get the sweep bonus off screen. Basically, what this means is this: when you receive a sweep bonus, you were able to collect every single card that is available, right?
Yeah.
So for every sweep bonus you can get additional 2 tries to pick up cards. So it's highly advisable that even though you might lose out on like experience or money and such, it's highly advisable to get as many sweep bonuses as you can, so you can get multiple chances at picking up basically multiple cards, or if not all cards.
Which is not bad at all.
I mean, it does suck that there might be a time you're forced to pick up a card you really don't like. But for the sake of a sweep bonus,
Two enemy shadows.
you know,
You
it
get
is
to go
it is
first.
it is largely up to you. But I'm gonna try to go for as many sweep bonuses as I can.
Which is cool. Alright, so what are these enemies right here?
These enemies here, these ravens here, they are weak to these black ravens here. They are weak to lightning. So you should already have Zio here. The only reason why I'm not using Nagi is I'm trying to level up, I think, Slime,
Yeah.
because I want to be able to pass along resist physical,
Sweet.
which is self-explanatory. You just take less damage from physical attacks.
Yeah, so that Yosuke strike that Yosuke did, that was what the follow-up attack, which I believe you got from unlocking rank 2 in Magician.
Yeah. Or yeah, rank up with him in general, yeah.
Yeah.
Where there's a chance that your ally can perform a follow-up attack. Yosuke's follow-up attack, as we just saw, it's just a regular critical hit.
Yeah. Which is still pretty cool though, so at least it's like a guaranteed knockdown.
Yeah.
So unfortunately it is random, so
It was a battle formation that we've already seen. That's why I edited it out. And like I said, I show off every single
shuffle time.
that I can get.
Yeah. And one more change to Arcana, one more change to Persona.
And actually, believe it or not, I actually lucked out at getting Angel back, because I'm going to need Angel for a future fusion.
Nice. Sharp student.
Sharp Student, I think Sharp Student raises your probability of scoring a critical hit. I believe is what it is, yeah.
So this is a tough decision for you in terms of who you want to release.
It is. I mean, you only get like 6 Persona slots early on. You do get them upgraded. Here's the interesting thing then, though. As you level up, you actually do get more Persona slots, right? It's not like until I think it's yeah, Personas 3 and 4, if I remember correctly, you level up and you get 2 more Persona slots, right? The maximum you can go up to is 12 slots. So right now at the moment we only have 6. it's not until Persona 5 where they change it to where when you go up a rank in the full Arcana is when you eventually get more Persona slots.
Nice.
So it's not based on your current level. It's just based off where you are in the story.
Oh, okay. So that's how it works. I was always wondering about how exactly that sort of stuff was.
Well, that was in Persona 5. In Persona 3 and 4, it's just how long you level up. You could, in theory, level up to get 12 Persona slots early if you choose to go all your way to level up that quickly, or rather take so long to grind that you're just
There are 2 enemies.
not having to carry the world, I guess.
Turn.
Oh, okay.
Because unlike Persona 3,
Go for broke.
this game does not have a tire mechanic, so you don't have to worry about your allies getting too tired to keep going. So you can just go as long as you like, essentially. Especially if you know how to use the map regeneration trick, where you can just have it randomly spawn items that will heal your HP, SP, etc.
Oh, okay. Cool. So more shuffle time. So I guess I can probably go over a few more of what the Arcanas do in the shuffle time, since we never actually finished that.
Well, I mean, we got Hangman, which increases endurance. 10% gives you chest keys, as you just saw.
Yeah. So we already went over Hermit. Fortune increases the luck of your persona. Strength Arcana is magic, and Hangman is endurance, I think.
Hangman, I think so. Double check though.
Yeah, it says increases EN of currently equipped persona, so I think that is endurance.
Endurance, yeah.
Yeah,
which is basically like your defense.
I smell 2
So
enemies.
Death Arcana instantly ends the shuffle time, so do not get death.
You're doing great,
What if you get? What if you
Keep
get?
going.
What is death? Let's see. Death.
Yeah, 13.
Let's see. Instantly ends. Oh yeah. So basically, yeah. I don't know how often you run into a Death Arcana card. I don't think you run into it that often at all. I do know that if you stay on the floor for too long, you hear the chains rattle, and then you can. Well, here's the thing: the Reaper only appears in a treasure chest. Yeah, spoiler warning. If you if you decide to stay on the floor for too long, right? Eventually, what happens is, well, Yosuke runs off. I don't think he wants to hear the rest of the Reaper story.
I don't blame him.
Basically, what happens is, I'm not sure if it's because if you stay on the floor for too long or if it's just random, but you start to hear chains rattle and like a grrr, like a really
Creepy.
evil presence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you come across a treasure chest, you will be given a prompt that there's something horrifying in that treasure chest. It's just advisable you don't open it, or if your scatterer tells you, I have a bad feeling about this or whatever, and that basically means it's the Reaper. It's advisable to not fight the Reaper at this point in the game, especially very early. Hell, as a matter of fact, while I was grinding up my guys before facing Chie Shadow Boss, I already heard chains rattling already.
Yeah, and let's just say during my Persona 4 Golden Run, my initial one, I got the Reaper one too many times.
Hey, congrats.
Well, like, not running into the Reaper itself, but like
The chains rattling.
Yeah, let's just say I was not a happy camper with that.
Well, you can still avoid the Reaper very easily. You just don't open the treasure chest, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, hearing is intimidating, but fighting it is really, really intimidating. I mean, but you can avoid fighting it, so there's really not that. So you don't have to get that scared of it.
Speaking of tough enemies, when I first was playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time, I went into water, I almost ran into the freaking I think it was Emerald Weapon.
Oh yeah, there. It was a super boss.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a super boss. Now, unless you have the underwater materia, you have like a 20-minute time limit. But before you drown, I mean,
oh my god.
And I doubt it takes 20 minutes for someone to drown. It probably takes like maybe 2 minutes max for someone to drown. Maybe,
Who knows?
Maybe less than that, depending on how long can they hold their breath.
But yeah, talk about stupid luck. The first time I dove underwater and FF7, I almost ran into freaking Emerald Weapon. Nice. That's just been my luck in video games, pretty much.
Well, look at it this way. At least you narrowly avoid the super boss. I mean,
It's just my luck to almost run into something.
Well, that's the thrill of it, you know. You gotta experience things for the first time like this. I mean, it's not like you randomly ran into Ruby Weapon in the desert, which I know it's even harder than Emerald Weapon in some cases.
True. Alright, Ice Vow. That is, I believe, reduces the damage dealt to by ice types? Or does it increase ice type?
It increases elemental damage. So
Okay.
basically, Vow items basically increase elemental damage.
Okay.
So I got one for Yosuke, which it will help out his Garu spells a lot. Got one for Chie, which will help out her Bufu spells.
Yeah. Alright. And same enemy, so just gonna cut that out. Sweep bonus!
Yeah, so I decided to basically go for what I thought was the best idea. Thankfully, I got another one more right there, because that could have,
Ended your sweep.
yeah, so I actually got 2 chest keys this time around, and some money.
Nice. Money! Money is always nice. And Peach Seed.
Oh yeah, now you might have noticed too, I've been saving not to use up all my peach seeds. You actually need to keep holding on to at least 1 peach seed for a side quest later on in the game. Yes, one of those items you can't buy in shops, you need to hold on to for a side quest.
Why?
Because people and anybody are curious.
Oh my god.
They're curious about what otherworldly items look like.
Oh boy. Sure, we'll go with that.
And there'll be plenty of side quests that are just like that.
Oh my god. Oh, I remember how weird some of these side quests actually are.
Yeah, they're mostly just fetch quests, but the items that you never would have thought to hold on to unless you had a guide or you knew about it ahead of time.
Yeah, okay, this guy is really annoying. This is the positive king. What you just there was summon, which is exactly what it implies. Summons an enemy.
I think it's only weak to insta-kill moves, if I remember correctly.
That is so annoying.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I believe it's only weak to insta-kill moves. I know they changed a number of the enemy's weaknesses around a little bit. Like, there was one beetle enemy you can fight in the second half of Yukiko's dungeon. Repels all physical attacks. So it makes it really hard for you to go up against that beetle enemy. Still weak to ice though.
Not bad.
But in the original Persona 4, yeah, that beetle enemy was really hard. Like you do not want to have, you do not want to run out of SP at that point.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you really can't fight it.
Yeah.
So the original Persona 4 actually made some enemy encounters actually a bit harder in that regard.
Oh.
So in this game, they obviously changed the enemy attributes around a little bit to make it a bit more bearable.
So I know that P5R just came out. Did they do that all, or did they not?
Change around weaknesses.
Yeah.
They introduced new enemies to fight. Like they actually have a Kashi enemy that actually dresses up like a cowboy cat.
Hey, critical. There we go.
There is that. Did they change weaknesses around? They changed a few enemies' weaknesses.
Because remember, I haven't played P5R yet, so.
Yeah.
I was just more curious than anything else, so.
I mean, I've yet to finish that game, and I honestly should, considering I beat the original Persona 5 at least a couple of times already.
Which I haven't even done once, which is kind of sad. Anyways, so Slime leveled up.
Yep, and like I said, my end goal to keep Slime is to make sure it gets resist physical, so I can pass it down to other personas. So that way, if I need to tank a big time physical hit, I at least have an early tanky persona to fall back on.
Which is pretty good.
I mean, Slime's fine right now, but I definitely want to make better personas with it down the line.
Oh, of course, yeah. And sweet bonus, favorite thing in the world. So yeah, so pretty much I'm not sure, did we go over the wand stuff or the? Well, I know that the sword gives you a skill card, then the wand gives you experience.
Yeah, and the cup gives you, and the cup heals your. In Persona 3, it only healed your HP. In this one, it heal your HP and SP, although albeit rather slightly right now.
Yeah.
It does. The effect does become stronger the further you go along in the game.
And I think with the cup, it only restores either HP or SP. I think it's random.
It's both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's both. The effect of it is just not noticeable at this point because you're at basically the first time dungeon.
Oh, whoa, strong enemy.
Yeah, red shadows are considered to be strong enemies in this game, something that you're not ready to encounter yet, quote
That's a
unquote.
strong
Yeah.
enemy.
Hi, Beetles.
Don't get hurt.
Yeah, this was the Beetle I was talking about. In the original Persona 4, the Beetle can repel all physical attacks, so you want to make sure you hit it with magic.
Oh god, and the
This
Phantom
one's
Mage.
tough.
In the Phantom Mage, they also gave it resist physical, so weirdly enough, it takes more damage from
Two
magic,
enemies left.
despite being a mage.
That
Which,
makes no sense.
I mean,
I'm not questioning this.
if we're going by traditional RPG logic, normally mages are very weak to physical attacks.
Yeah. I'm not even questioning this. This is. Oh god.
I guess just take their word for it.
True.
Chie-chan is swatting them left and,
And
right.
Beetles. These things hurt early on in the game.
They do, yeah. I mean, if they were playing this in hard mode, they could probably two-shot your party member unless you have like slime on you, or be happy to get lucky with knocking them down with Bufu. I don't think the freeze status effect existed until. No, actually, I believe it did. Yeah, it did. Persona 3 had the freeze status effect as well. I'm pretty sure.
We finally knocked this guy down. And there we go. That thing can go away.
I don't remember if the freeze status effect reoccurred in Persona 4, but I know it's there in Persona 5.
And yeah, another sweet bonus.
And another Emperor car. I've gotten pretty lucky with the Emperor car showing up.
Oh god. And
I mean, if you see Emperor car, definitely pick it up.
Yeah.
You know, regardless if you think you're going to get the sweet bonus or not. So if I get resist physical, a skill I can actually pass down to other personas down the line. Now, as far as the Velvet Room, outside of showing it off just once to see what fusion personas look like, the only other time I will be showing off the Velvet Room is if I'm using a persona to level up the Empress Arcana.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so basically later on in the game, just like any other Persona game, you will eventually get requests to make certain personas with specific moves or combination. Yeah, with basically a persona with a specific move, right?
And you get Apsaris back, and bye Pixie.
Yeah, I will be making a different magician persona, I think, after this part. I do show off a new magician persona. Not right this moment, but later on. I only needed Pixie there because I just needed a magician persona to rank up with Yosuke a lot quicker.
Right, there we go. Sorry what that meant, that was getting a little bit on the coarse side there. Hey, stairs. Those are always helpful.
Okay, now this part of the dungeon here, this is kind of like a puzzle, sort of. Now the gimmick to this one is this: Yukiko's magic is going to teleport you to a different part of the room, right? However, if you keep going forward, she'll keep teleporting you again and again. The key to solve this puzzle is to turn around the moment you get teleported. Because if you keep going forward, the same thing's just gonna keep happening. You're just gonna keep getting teleported forward. I mean, you are gonna have to get teleported at least once. But the moment you do get teleported, just turn around and you can access one of the 4 side doors. And one of the doors contains a mini boss you have to defeat in order to put an end to this. In order to put an end to the spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so these iron dices here, they're basically the bomb enemies.
So pretty much if they go boom, you take a lot of damage.
Yeah, pretty much. The bronze dice, they're called, yeah.
Yeah. And you miss, that's unfortunate.
Yes, yeah, sometimes, they also resist physical attacks too. Sometimes, unfortunately, some skills don't have 100% accuracy.
Yosuke's on the warpath.
Speaking of accuracy.
Keep it going.
And attack.
Someone finish
Yeah.
it off!
Just one enemy left.
So, if you don't knock them down and kill them in time, they will explode.
I never like explosions.
It's dead.
Alright,
Yeah.
and well, this thing is not going to get a chance to explode today because you are doing this thing.
Yeah, the all attack, by the way, is an almighty attack. So it does not get like resisted or anything of that sort.
Cause screw resistances.
Yes, and there's even almighty spells like Medigo or a Megidola. Those negate any sort of resistances, period, because you know almighty is basically trumps whatever other elemental attack. And they're considered to be the strongest type of magic in the game.
Yeah, alright.
Just like in Final Fantasy, where traditionally non-elemental magic is considered to be the stronger because you don't have to worry about elemental resistances or anything like that. That's why Flare is considered to be one of the stronger spells.
Your Flare, Ultima, just to name a couple. I think there's probably one more I'm missing. Technically Death, but that really doesn't count.
Well, Death is an insta-kill move.
Yeah, so it really
Alright, so every once in a while you'll see this big golden glove wander around. Thankfully I did get the Hermit Archon, so I can just trigger this, so I can encounter this thing very easily. These are the golden hands. These guys are, well, Happiness Hand. Well, they're basically golden hand type monsters, right? These guys, excuse me, tend to have high evasion with high endurance, right?
It's not going down.
Thankfully, they don't run away immediately. However, if they do run away, then you kind of lose out on gain massive experience and gold, right?
Yeah.
If they do knock you down, though, they will immediately run away afterwards. So you better hope that doesn't happen. Basically, the best way to deal with them is to hopefully knock them down with a crit. You know, as
you are not getting at the moment.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm really underpowered for something like this. I'm just showing this off now to show you what this all looks like. And but I don't have like
You don't have anything to guarantee knockdown.
Yeah, I don't have anything to raise my critical hit chance.
No. I hate misses. Oh my god.
I mean, like I said, these guys have high agility.
Boom.
And because of their high agility, they actually have a decent chance of dodging just attacks.
Thank you.
However, though, if you do manage to kill them, one if not all of them, you do get a massive experience and money boost.
Which is always nice.
Speeds up the grinding too.
Yeah. Fortunately, you are not getting very lucky in terms of getting like crits and stuff.
But I'm not getting critted myself, so I guess that's fair on that front.
Yeah, this is just prolonging the stupidity that is battle numbers length.
Yeah, I mean they will still eventually run away if you can't kill them in time.
Yeah.
Now the reason why, I don't. Yeah.
Yep.
See, like
Speaking of escape.
Yeah.
Escape.
I was hoping I was hoping I could knock down at least one, so I can at least get some sort of payoff for encountering these guys.
Just one enemy left.
But it doesn't look like I'll be getting it anytime soon here. And like I said, I'm dealing too low damage for it to actually be a thing. Now here's something interesting here. If you encounter one enemy shadow with another shadow nearby, you will jump into an immediate second encounter, which means you could in theory take on 2 enemy shadows in one battle.
That was a good one, Sensei.
Partner.
So that can happen every once in a while as well.
Which is nice.
Now's our
Sweet.
Or not so much, depending on the enemy that's in question.
So you got rid of neither of
2
them.
enemies left.
It's not going
Yeah,
down.
well this is also because they have pretty high HP at this point. And I'm not exactly what you call, like, high leveled.
Right.
I mean, again, I do some grinding before. I will be doing some grinding before the boss. Well, before we face Yukiko's shadow. And actually, because I did unlock the Aeon Arcana early on, I want to get to at least level. I want to get the main character to be at level 18, so I can get my first Aeon persona.
Are you all right, Yosuke?
All right.
You're hurt.
There's actually a level requirement for that.
Well, here's the thing. The main character has to be at a certain level in order to obtain whatever persona, right?
Okay.
If there's a persona that is higher level than you, then they won't be able to make it for you, saying that this persona is too much for you to handle right now.
Oh, okay. Because I don't think you find Aeon personas in battle. I think you have to fuse them.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, there are some personas you have to fuse yourself.
Yeah.
You have to fuse fortune personas. You have to fuse tower personas. I'm pretty... I know you have to fuse judgment personas.
Okay. I remembered why I had a hard time going through this place. I hated teleportation crap.
Well, it's like I said, as long as you turn around and then go to the next door afterwards, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I was not a fan of this type of stuff.
Well, for your first time, I'm sure it'll confuse the hell out of you at first.
Yeah, true. Alright. And your bio's up.
Yeah, we have to go to Kaja, which removes enemy buffs, which is something we're actually going to be needing for the mini boss battle that's going to be coming up.
Thank God.
And we also got 3 diamond shields, which we're also going to be using in battle. That will also help us out quite a bit. Diamond shields will buff your whole party defense for 3 turns.
Ooh.
And this is why they specifically put them there. Because they know you're going to need all the defense you're going to get from this guy. From this enemy that'll be coming up. Not this one, but the one after it.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention really quick, or?
I think I'm gonna get to the
Mini boss?
Yeah, I'm gonna go straight to the mini boss afterwards. I think that's all there's to say at the moment, until the mini boss does show up.
Alright, cool. So, just to kind of go off the subject just a tiny bit since we're kind of in a bit of a lull. I've been doing Smash a little bit, and I've been kind of getting used to a couple of characters. Joker, actually, believe it or not, and Snake, which is really nice for me.
Yeah, those characters got learning curves. Joker's more about finesse and speed. Snake's more about being clever and setting traps and all that. Okay, so this is the mini boss battle for Yukiko's castle here. There will be a mini boss battle for every single dungeon. So this is our first mini boss encounter.
Nice. Alright, so what is this guy right here?
So this is the I think it's a knight, the Avenger Knight as he's called. Now he has Tarakaja as well as Power Charge and Skewer, which hurts. It really hurts a lot, and especially on a hard or very hard mode. That combination alone can one-shot any of your characters.
Oh my
so
God.
I highly advise you get rid of the attack buff immediately with Takaja, as I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Because he goes for Skewer, right?
Oh, thank God I missed that.
Now, it's also advisable that you want to have Slime equipped, throughout the duration of the battle, because resist physical can be really good. It can help you soften the blow of the physical attack. And getting Tarunda, which lowers the enemy's physical attack, also helps. And you also want to get a Diamond Shield up, as I'm doing right now. So, the damage he'll be doing here, well, this is normal mode, so it's kind of like, not too bad, but it will reduce the damage greatly. So, it'll be doing basically poultry damage.
Someone else's turn.
Like that. 5 damage.
I would imagine damage would be a little higher in harder or maybe even very hard mode.
Yeah.
But that is something that you really, really want to do early, because you want to be able to tank as much as possible. And you don't really have... maybe outside the main character, maybe beside the main character, you don't really have what you call a reliable tank.
Yeah.
Like sure Yosuke is good at being a versatile mixed attacker and / healer. Chie's more of a physical attacker, but doesn't really have a lot of defense. So
You're very much relying on the main character to get you through this fight, is what he's saying.
for the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Yosuke certainly helps with his buffs in case you rather
Red wall.
buff your evasion. That also helps. Now, elemental walls, what they do is they negate their elemental weaknesses for a few turns. So we knocked it down with the fire spell early, and because it now has red wall, we have to resort to
Physical moves and just stalling out the wall.
But also keep an eye on your buffs as well.
Yeah, because you want to make sure that you stay buffed up for this fight. You want to make sure you keep up with debuffing him and making sure that you're still going on the offensive when you get the chance.
Now, when he does power charge, it is strongly advisable that you guard here, because again, power charge doubles his attack on his next turn.
Yeah. Attack reversed. Skewer. Ow.
Yeah, Tarunda wore off just in time for power charge to take its full effect. So So again, if you're not quite finished with the fight yet, just repeat the process, and you should be pretty much fine. There will be other strategies I will be showing off for other boss fights later on down the road, which I feel tend to be most efficient.
Couldn't quite
Okay.
beat it.
There's also other strategies which, unfortunately, you have to kind of rely a little bit on luck. I'll get to that later on as well.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, this boss just in general can be challenging for people who either are playing the game for the first time or just have really bad luck.
Or if you're just really low leveled.
That too.
Like you were skipping enemy encounters up until this point.
Yeah. So, really nothing much else to say for this fight, honestly. We've kind of covered all the bases besides just railing on him.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it like every boss fight, it will take a few minutes. So all you really have to do is just keep the pattern up. I mean, thankfully I scored another crit, so that should speed things up a little bit.
Always nice.
And believe it or not, there's even some strats. There's a strat or two I can show off that does not involve fully following up with the all-out attack.
Ooh, I know which one you're talking about, and I remember it not being that bad, and also pretty cool.
Yes, that's not gonna be for a long while though. But I will be.
Rip.
But I will be showing it off. It's what you call an AI exploitation. We'll call it that.
Ooh, okay, I can dig that. Alright, so just another skull cracker right here.
Yes, and as you can see here, and there's something new to add. This boss is also vulnerable to confusion.
Couldn't quite
Alright.
beat it.
So he may occasionally throw away money,
Yeah, he's being generous.
Someone else's turn.
or he can just simply like do nothing.
Waste money, there you go.
Yeah, he either wastes money or just does nothing. And actually, if he had like an ally with him, he may occasionally attack his own ally as well.
Alright, yeah, but you finished off with a very simple
work.
physical attack.
Yes, the reason why I got the confusion clock is because Skullcracker has a chance to inflict confusion or panic in this, as what this stats effect is called.
Right.
And I got panic boost, so that increased the odds of the stats effect inflicting.
Alright, cool. So after you defeat this mini boss, Yukiko kind of comes in, says a few things, then Tei's like, oh crap, I can't sense her.
Yeah, so that just basically means, hey, you can move on in the dungeon now. They're all good.
Yeah. But obviously, healing is very much advisable, and you finally are no longer forced to teleport, and you can freely explore the floor.
Yes, so the spell is pretty much lifted at this point.
Thank God for that.
I still have enough SP healing at the moment. However, like I said, as I grind, I will be using the floor regeneration trick to grind for more items as well as I grind for experience.
The door seems to be locked. There's a shadow here too, and strong enemy. Nice.
And this is a new encounter I've not seen
Now's your
before.
chance.
All right, what is it?
Magical Magus.
Oh, I'm all these stupid things.
These things like to charge up with concentrate, which basically doubles their magic attack for the next turn.
And
Not
they,
going down.
Just one enemy
Yes, they do.
yeah. I think there are enemies later on in the game that do the level 2 tier spells, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, and it blocks fire, so great.
working.
So, wait, how do you deal with these guys? Just sort of.
Well, at the early going, if you don't really remember what they're weak against, you just try stuff out.
Yeah, and panic again. Nice.
Thank you, Panic Boost. Thankfully, though, if you go to like analysis and you lock onto the enemy, if you already
Thick skin.
if you already triggered said weakness or resist or whatever, the analysis will tell you so. So essentially, it's kind of like you don't make the same mistake twice, that kind of thing.
Thank God. Alright, cool. So that is just about it for the end of this part, I believe.
Yes. So the next time we meet, we will be exploring the second half of this dungeon, and we'll get to the Yukiko Shadow boss fight along the way as well.
Alright, that is cool. So until next time, see you.